It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be drizzly, maybe even a little foggy here in Sioux Falls, southeastern KELOLAND during the nighttime hours. And then we'll see some more substantial showers come in toward tomorrow morning. Even Sioux Falls could see a quarter to 3/4 of an inch type rain and even some thunder possible, especially east of I-29. Low tonight in Sioux Falls, 53, 40 in Aberdeen, 40 in Pierre Rhapsody. Windy and 23 degrees overnight tonight. Then tomorrow it's going to be cloudy again. The shower should end in the morning, a high of 62 early, then temperatures falling during the day. 47 in Aberdeen, 50 in Pierre, windy, 33 for a high tomorrow in Rapid City. Everybody is going to be cold this weekend, and we have chances of snow. We'll talk more about those in just a bit. KELOLAND News starts now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
We talk with local law enforcement about the frustrations of tracking down criminals only to see them back out on the streets.
Plus, there's a new House Speaker. We'll tell you about the staunch conservative from Louisiana who will take over the gavel.
And later, students in Minnesota are now being trained on how to use Narcan to save a life. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. It's a frustration for law enforcement all over the country. Suspected criminals being let out of jail after being arrested for serious crimes. The recent case of Jaden Davis is an example.
Although he was accused of trying to strangle someone and suspected of stealing several cars, he was recently released from jail on a personal recognizance bond. That means that he did not have to come up with any money to get out of jail.
8 days later, officers say Davis was involved in a standoff that ended with him being shot in the foot. Authorities say it can be frustrating, but they concentrate on what they have to do.
When you're talking about the criminal justice system as a whole, there's a lot of different parts and components to that. From the police side, the law enforcement side, our job is to solve the crime, find the people that are committing it, and arrest them.
Davis is accused of holding a child hostage and crashing into police cars. He is currently being held on a $500,000 cash-only bond.
In Iowa, the Woodbury County Board of Supervisors discussed the Navigator CO2 pipeline. Last week, the company announced it was canceling the proposed 1,300-mile pipeline.
It would have gone through 5 states, including South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska. The company cited the, quote, unpredictable nature of the regulatory and government processes involved, particularly in South Dakota and Iowa, end quote.
Board Chairman Matthew Ung read a public statement.
Navigator Heartland Greenway LLC has canceled their 1,300-mile hazardous liquid CO2 pipeline. This is great news for our landowners who are most concerned about eminent domain being used against them improperly, especially those along the proposed route near Lawton and Sergeant Bluff. These are private projects that almost everyone except the Iowa Governor's Office seem to realize are not real public utilities. We applaud the legal processes and citizen engagement that brought about this resolution.
An official with Navigator says CO2 infrastructure still has a future in the Midwest.
Well, today is Buckle Up, Phone Down Day. The South Dakota Transportation Department says distracted driving and cell phones are leading causes of crashes in the U.S.
Safety officials say by not using your devices behind the wheel, you're more alert and focused on driving. Also, wearing a seatbelt is your best defense against getting hurt or dying.
A construction project that has been a big headache for drivers all summer long is now complete. The city of Sioux Falls says work on Western Avenue over I-229 is done.
All lanes are open to traffic. Now, there are still several construction projects still in the works across Sioux Falls. You can check out the city's interactive map on its website to see when the work will wrap up.
I feel like a lot of people doing outdoor work, they're scrambling right now, trying to get ahead of what is to come.
More
including
rain?
myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was out doing all kinds of stuff this morning. Aerated my lawn, my neighbor's lawn, did a little raking, a little mulching.
Racing against the cold, dreary, and wet weather.
That is right. Get outside while you can. We do have some fog right now in southeastern KELOLAND. We'll see some rain showers before the night is over in southeastern and eastern KELOLAND. Right now, 53 degrees in Sioux Falls, an east wind at 10 miles an hour. And in Mobridge, light rain showers have been around all afternoon. Right now at 43 degrees, east winds at 9. We do have a winter storm warning for those areas in red and a winter weather advisory in north central and northwestern South Dakota. That includes that rain that will turn to ice as we go through tonight and up to 3 to 5 inches of snow with some strong winds through the day tomorrow. Right now, we have thick cloud cover across a majority of KELOLAND, and under those clouds, a few light rain, even some snow showers moving through the area, and we'll keep an eye on those as we go through tonight. And I mentioned the fog. We have reduced visibility between Mobridge, Chamberlain, Huron-Mitchell, and Sioux Falls down to around 2 miles of visibility. Right now, a wide range of temperatures, 58 Yankton, 48 in Watertown, 42 in Faith, and 64 degrees in Pine Ridge. So for tonight, we'll watch our chances for light rain showers and some patchy fog. 53 the low in Sioux Falls, 40 in Aberdeen and Pierre, and a cold 23 with a strong north wind in Rapid City. We'll take an eye on the timing of the rain and snow that is to come in just a little bit.
All right. Thanks a lot, Megan. Well, believe it or not, Thanksgiving is just 30 days away.
Wow.
However, some turkey farmers are facing setbacks because of the bird flu.
2 more outbreaks were reported just yesterday in Iowa, but those closest to the turkey industry say they aren't worried about the bird flu affecting shoppers for the holiday season.
Ethan Humble with our CBS affiliate in Des Moines, Iowa, has the story.
The bird flu is back in Iowa. With cases now detected in 3 counties this fall alone, around 100,000 of the birds have been depopulated. Morgan Pothoven of the Iowa Turkey Federation says it's been hard on farmers.
From the farmer side, it's devastating. Our farmers don't want to have to go through this. We don't want to see them go through this.
And it's especially difficult considering Iowa is 7th in production and 5th in processing for turkeys in the nation. But she says the damage shouldn't affect your ability to buy a turkey this Thanksgiving season.
Your local grocery store, they have planned for Thanksgiving because it comes the same time every year, so they can ensure that there are turkeys in your grocery store for you to purchase.
She also reassures none of the infected birds will make it on the table.
These birds will not enter the food system, so you have no concern about any of the birds that have been affected making it to your dinner plate.
Dr. Yuko Sato in the Iowa State Department of Veterinary Medicine says this type of outbreak isn't uncommon for this time of year.
There's usually this peak somewhere around this mid-fall, starts around like late summer, goes around the fall, kind of subsides a little bit in the wintertime, comes back up in the spring. So it's following the same pattern that we would expect to see.
But she isn't sure what to expect come springtime.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Ethan Humble, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
And Pothoven said farmers should check with their state Department of Agriculture for resources to determine if any of their birds may be ill.
Well, the CDC is investigating a salmonella outbreak across 22 states that has sent 15 people to the hospital. Iowa, Montana, and North Dakota have reported patients impacted by the outbreak. Health officials have traced back the sickness to Gill's Onions. The company voluntarily recalled its bagged pre-cut onions. The products have use by dates in August of 2023, so they are no longer for sale in stores, but people may still have some in their refrigerators.